Right then, this is a quick walk around video. It's a bit windy, so I hope you can hear me. This is for 2014 Honda Civic 1.6 EX Plus. Just 48,000 miles on the car, really lovely condition. Lights and lenses you can see there, clear, intact, cracks of condensation. Bonnet, very clean indeed. Near side, nice and smooth in the panel work. This is a lovely colour on the car, which the video often doesn't do justice to. It's called Passion Red, but it looks absolutely beautiful. Going this way because the sun's a bit glary, so hopefully you can still see. And come around the back of the car, again all very clean and tidy. Offside, driver's side, again nice and smooth in the panel work. It's not something that will be the odd little mark, the odd little touching done over the years, but generally speaking it's very nice indeed. Coming to the boot area, huge boots, and generally all the fabrics there have been very well kept. It's coming to the back of the car, wide opening rear doors and masses of room, and the leatherwork is in absolutely beautiful condition. The front and passenger side, again all very clean and tidy. Passenger seat there again just looks as though it's hardly ever been sat on. Finally come to the driver's side, again all clean and tidy. Footwells are always really nice. You always get a little bit of wear on the outside edge there as people slide in and out, which is quite normal, and those are far better than most you see. So inside the car now, engine's running through the section, so the dash as always can be seen illuminated. And just quickly pan up there for you. Hopefully you can see 48,096 miles. So sat nav all working perfectly well. If I pop the car into reverse, you get that lovely clear gridded parking camera. You can, while you're stationary with the handbrake on, actually watch films through there as well, by the way. But it's been kept very well in here. So I love this interior, and I think this view as a dashboard is possibly one of the best you'll ever see. It's just stunning. It really is. So it's also in lovely condition, which helps. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key are both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic. It's a 1.6 diesel and it's the EX Plus model. This particular car is registered SFZ1091 with a mileage of 48,090 recorded. The reason we do all of our videos is essentially so that if anyone is online looking at any of our cars, they actually get to see them in operation. We feel it's important because we know, having travelled many times to go and see cars and then find out that they've got an issue which shows up while driving, that it can be incredibly frustrating. So that's why we do it, so we can let you know of any issues, rare as it might be. We also do it on these very quiet country roads, very close to our premises. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on. Hopefully then it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in a car. So coming to the car itself, as always, it's a push button start on these top spec cars. Engine starts absolutely instantly and settles to completely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge is running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. Just going to concentrate and get past these cyclists a second. If you would care to. Navigate through, but the engines are absolutely superb. It's all the things you want from a diesel in terms of kind of hopefully reliability, but that's not always the case with some manufacturers because these are incredibly long-lasting, reliable engines. But also obviously economy, and again the thing is with economy is that some cars give, they're very good at giving the economy, or not necessarily what the manufacturers claim, but not far off, and Honda are very much like that. But the economy comes relatively easy to the car, and that means you don't have to drive it overly carefully to get it. Fuel consumption can vary massively with driving style, but if you just drive smoothly, change up early, use the prompt, the economy figures are amazing. I've had numerous of these cars. with this engine, and I tend to, on shorter trips, be around about 60 to the gallon, and on longer trips, you know, I'll exceed 70, so it's not difficult. It's also a lovely engine to use day in, day out, because it's smooth, quiet, only obviously a diesel really at, you know, lower speeds and tick over, because even Honda can't engineer out the combustion of the engine. Engine then feeds through into clutch and gearbox. Clutch on the car, absolutely perfect. Bite point's exactly where it's meant to be, and it's lovely and smooth in operation. The gearbox is superb. It's typical Honda. It's got a wonderfully mechanical feel to it, which is ironic given the fact that the gear lever actually doesn't go into the gearbox. It runs cables, but too many manufacturers which employ the same system for good reason give you a kind of a lifeless, vague, light, just, you know, a gearbox you're not going to enjoy using. This gearbox the enthusiast will love, because it feels mechanical. It feels like the gear lever's going in there, and that feels absolutely as new to use as well. Steering of the car, tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at all at this speed, or any speed up to the legal limit, but it's a wonderful power steering system because it's nicely weighted, but it's incredibly precise and accurate. You can just pick your point through a corner and the car just darts to it. It's got a wonderfully enthusiastic way about, you know, like the corner coming up here now, which is a bit sort of yumpy, basically just turn in hardly a movement and the car just nose dives in. It's brilliantly done. The chassis, again, it gives you this wonderful ability to sort of just slice through corners. Doesn't matter what radius, even the tighter ones it's brilliant at, but the long sweepers, again, likewise, you can devour them. So, you know, for people like me that, you know, still enjoy driving, it's a car that I thoroughly enjoy. It gives you a buzz to drive the car. The offset is a ride that's eminently, it's just very comfortable. It's, you know, on road surfaces like this, it's absolutely fine. It rides along beautifully. The damping is fantastic on the car. It doesn't kind of give you that kind of wallowy kind of effect that some cars can give, particularly mid-corner. Spin around here. What I'm also looking for, by the way, on road test is any noises actually from the suspension that shouldn't be there. Things, you know, like sort of little rattles coming from underneath, and there's nothing at all. It's as solid as a rock. Just going to get up to a little bit of speed and give the brakes a bit of a shove. I know they're good. We've just done the service and they're in lovely order underneath. So just actually those behind, give it a good hard shove, hard enough to get the hazard lights on, and perfect. Bite points. The actual bite of the brakes is really good. They're powerful. But there's no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal either, which serves it all in good order. So coming inside the car, I mean, it's a wonderful interior with these big panoramic roofs. It's lovely, it adds a lot of natural light inside the car. Not very good for videos, unfortunately, because it makes it sort of better in the shade. But just a different interior to so many cars, and, you know, different isn't always good, and in some people's eyes, people don't like it. Fortunately, many people are like me and they love it, because it's different, but it's beautifully put together. But it's something that's, as I said, it's just to the eye, it's you feel a little bit special in the car. The only sort of conventional part, I guess, is this centre stack here. You've got the sat nav all working perfectly, dual zone climate control system, pumps out lovely cold air. Obviously your heated seats all working. Then you've got this fantastic two-tier design directly in front, which isn't just for show because it looks fantastic, but it works brilliantly. The upper section gives you the information you look at on a more regular basis, so things like your radio. If you change your fan speed or something like that, you've got display down there, but a much bigger display comes up here. The best part for me is this high up digital speedo, solitary by itself, nothing else. It's just there giving you that information instantly, and also means that you can keep your eyes on the road and looking out for kind of pedestrians, cyclists, you know, whoever, without taking your eyes off the road for a second. It is genius. And as I say, it is, in my opinion, to Honda's shame that on the next generation Civic they've put that digital speedo down into the cluster. In fact, the reason I like it up there, it is high, but it's also by itself. You're not looking at anything else. I've driven the 10th generation, and it's a wonderful car. And you know, for those that wouldn't have driven one of these, they'd think it was absolutely fine. But coming from these to that, I just find it's mixed up with other stuff, and I don't know why Honda did it, in all honesty. Steering wheel feels like new to hold, leather bound, just feels great in hand. It's just, as I said, a lovely interior. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it, brief as it may be, is just to show the car in operation, but to feedback on any issues, of which there's nothing at all. Drives absolutely beautifully.